Brand new city being built in Saudi Arabia has now unveiled plans for a Six Flags theme park on Monday.
What do you build when breaking one world record isn't enough? In the middle of the Saudi desert, engineers are constructing something no theme park has ever attempted. The tallest, the fastest, and the longest roller coaster on Earth, all in one ride. It's called Falcon's Flight and is rewriting the limits of thrill engineering. Welcome to Six Flags Qiddiya, a billion-dollar mega park currently under construction just outside of Riyadh. This is more than just another theme park. It's a statement, a centerpiece of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, and its crown jewel, a beast known as Falcon's Flight. The stats alone sound kinda made up. Taller than 500 feet, faster than 155 miles per hour, and stretching a jaw-dropping 2.5 miles. It's set to become the tallest, fastest, and longest roller coaster ever built. I mean, would you brave a 500-foot cliff dive at 155 miles an hour? Drop a comment and tag the one friend crazy enough to ride this with you. And if you're into record-breaking rides and insane engineering feats, make sure to subscribe because we got a lot more coming. Now, if that sounds like marketing hype, consider this. The current height record belongs to Qiddiya in New Jersey at 456 feet. The speed record, that's held by Formula Rossa in Abu Dhabi at 149 miles per hour. And Steel Dragon 2000 in Japan currently holds the length title at 1.5 miles. Falcon's Flight doesn't aim to just beat those numbers, but soar above them. Concept art shows something straight out of science fiction. Track diving off cliffs, slicing through desert canyons, and flying so fast it might just bend the air. It's not being built on flat land either. It's being sculpted into the natural terrain itself, using gravity like an accomplice. So yeah, the roller coaster arms race isn't just alive, it's accelerating at 155 miles an hour. And Falcon's Flight is leading the charge. On top of that, Falcon's Flight is breaking the rules of where a roller coaster should be built. Most coasters live in theme parks carved out of safe, flat ground. But not this one. Qiddiya is being sculpted into the cliffs of the Tuwaik mountain range, a place where nature doesn't exactly roll out the red carpet for amusement rides. Here, the land itself becomes part of the thrill. You're not just riding a coaster, you're flying off ledges carved by time. And when I say Falcon's Flight dives off a cliff, I mean literally. Engineers have designed the track to launch riders straight off the edge of a 525-foot rock face, using the raw power of gravity to push the train past speeds we've only ever seen on racetracks. No other roller coaster has ever dared to use topography this extreme, because simply, it's a logistical nightmare. Just think about it. Desert winds that can snap steel flags. Sand so fine it can infiltrate sensitive mechanical systems. Daily temperatures that swing from furnace to freezer. Falcon's Flight isn't just battling gravity, it's battling the elements. To survive in this environment, every piece of track is being custom forged. Support beams are anchored deep into rocky ground. The ride will use special alloys to expand and contract safely in extreme heat. And sensors will monitor vibrations, temperature, and structural stress in real time. And yes, every bolt has to survive a sandstorm. They could have just built this coaster on flat land, but then it would have just been fast and boring. Instead, they chose danger, cliffs, and chaos, because records don't break themselves. There's fast, and then there's Falcon's Flight fast. When this coaster launches, you won't just feel it in your stomach, you'll feel it in your soul. Projected to hit over 155 miles an hour, Falcon's Flight won't only be the fastest roller coaster ever built. It'll be the closest thing to strapping into a missile that a civilian can legally do. But how's that even possible? The secret lies in something called linear synchronous motors, or LSMs, the same magnetic tech used on the Formula Rossa in Abu Dhabi. But Falcon's Flight is pushing it even further. Instead of relying on one massive launch, the ride will likely use multiple LSM zones hidden throughout the track to blast the train back to terrifying speeds after climbs, curves, and drops. But speed isn't just about numbers, it's about impact. At 155 miles an hour, your body will experience sustained G-forces that rival fighter jet training. Airtime hills will turn your seat into a suggestion. And tunnel dives, well, at that speed, they're gonna feel like teleportation. Too fast and riders lose consciousness. Too slow and the record's gone. So how do the engineers toe the line? They're designing strategic rest zones, slightly slower sections where riders can catch their breath before the next burst of adrenaline. Redundant braking systems are being installed in case anything needs to stop immediately. Track curvature is meticulously calculated to reduce neck snap while preserving thrill. The seats themselves will likely feature race-grade harnesses and shock-absorbing materials with precise and calculated engineering. Because when you ask people to survive a 155-mile-per-hour drop off a cliff, you better know exactly how fast, it's just too fast. Most roller coasters end just as your brain catches up. But Falcon's flight, it's faster, and it doesn't stop. Stretching across a jaw-dropping 2.5 miles, that's 4 kilometers of track, this ride will be the longest roller coaster on Earth by far. To visualize it, imagine laying 2 Empire State Buildings end to end, then throwing a roller coaster train across them at 155 miles an hour. That's the kind of scale we're talking about. The expected ride time is going to be over 3 minutes, which might sound short until you remember that you'll be spending every second hurtling through a combination of vertical drops, high-speed twists, and canyon dives at a pace your brain was not designed to handle. Most hyperspeed coasters barely last a minute. This one keeps going and going and going. It's like a whole roller coaster adventure. Of course, a monster like Falcon's flight couldn't just be built by anyone. To design a ride that redefines physics, thrills, and fear itself, Saudi Arabia turned to a name that's practically mythological in coaster culture: Intamin. If you've ever screamed your lungs out on Millennium Force, or white-knuckled your way through Top Thrill Dragster, or maybe blacked out briefly on Intimidator 305, then you've already met their work. Intamin isn't just your standard roller coaster manufacturer. They're the mad scientist of adrenaline. They pioneered LSMs, invented entire categories like gigacoasters, and hold more world records than most theme parks combined. But Falcon's flight, it's their boldest chapter yet. Backing them is the Qiddiya investment company, a key part of Saudi Arabia's sweeping Vision 2030 initiative, a plan to transform the kingdom's economy from oil-dependent to experience-driven. That includes megaprojects in entertainment, culture, and yes, record-smashing theme parks. Six Flags Qiddiya is far more than a playground for thrill seekers. It's an architectural declaration of ambition. And Falcon's flight is the headline. It says Saudi Arabia is no longer merely just sand and oil. It's technology, innovation, reinvention. It's a country trying to pivot its global image by outbuilding, outspending, and outshocking the rest of the world. So it's no accident that Falcon's flight is bigger, faster, and longer than anything in the US or Japan. This thing's meant to capture headlines, command your attention, and plant a Saudi flag at the top of the roller coaster world. Because when your vision is to rebrand a nation, you don't build modest. You try to build the impossible. Qiddiya isn't trying to be another Disney World though. It's trying to be something bigger than Disney ever dared to be. More extreme, more luxurious, more unexpected. Where Dubai built its brand on opulence and skyscrapers, Qiddiya is building an empire of experience. And Falcon's flight is the dare that kicks it off. This isn't just a ride you line up for. It's a ride you plan a vacation around, or maybe even a future. Because when a country spends billions to build joy from scratch, you better believe the roller coaster isn't just for fun. It's for legacy. Of course, when you're trying to break every record in one go, the stakes don't just rise, they skyrocket. Building Falcon's flight is like playing Jenga on a moving truck. One wrong calculation, one unexpected gust of desert wind, one cracked support beam, and the whole fantasy wobbles. As impressive as the ride looks on paper, critics are quick to point out what could go very wrong. First, there's the desert itself. Qiddiya isn't being built in a temperate zone, it's being raised on arid cliffs, where 50 degrees Celsius heat, shifting sands, and unpredictable wind gusts are daily visitors. So the question is, can the support structures truly handle the thermal stress? And can electronics survive the microdust that seeps into every crevice? And then there's the speed. 155 miles an hour is no joke. While thrill seekers are hyped, some engineers have asked, will riders feel exhilarated or assaulted? Sustained G-forces, rapid acceleration, and sheer ride duration might just push human comfort limits in ways not yet tested. And finally, there's the elephant in the desert: timelines and ambition. Six Flags Qiddiya has already seen shifting deadlines, construction hurdles, economic pivots. Some skeptics call it vaporware, a flashy concept but without the follow-through. Others worry that this is part of a growing theme park arms race, where speed and spectacle trump long-term safety and sustainability. But Intamin and Six Flags aren't exactly new to the game. They faced doubt before and doubled down. Current reports suggest they're hitting major milestones, fine-tuning blueprints, and charging straight ahead. So yes, things could go wrong. But if they get it right, they won't just build a record breaker. They'll build a miracle on steel rails. If Falcon's flight sticks the landing, it won't just be a win for Qiddiya. It'll be a seismic shift in the world of thrill rides. And this isn't just another record breaker, this could be the birth of a new category: the Giga Terrain Coaster. A ride type that doesn't flatten nature to fit the track, but wraps the track around nature's chaos. Suddenly, theme parks across the world may start eyeing cliffs, valleys, and canyons not as obstacles, but as opportunities. And look out, Florida and Tokyo, because the center of the theme park universe may be shifting eastward. With the Middle East investing billions in entertainment infrastructure, Falcon's flight could be the ride that signals a new global capital of adrenaline. A place where parks aren't just bigger, they're unthinkably ambitious. Already, coaster communities are buzzing. Forums, YouTubers, and thrill junkies are planning their pilgrimage to Qiddiya just to say they rode the beast. If it opens on schedule, it may draw not just tourists, but global headlines, influencers, and engineers hoping to decode the next evolution of coaster design. If it succeeds, it'll set a new bar, not just for speed and size, but for how far a country can push its brand through steel and screams. This is not just a roller coaster, it's a challenge, and every park on Earth is watching. Well, that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you like more updates, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so you don't miss any videos and get your notifications on time. We'll see you in the next one.